Hello there, my name is Joao Santos. I'm a student in the University of Aveiro in Portugal. I did already 2 ECIU challenges in KTU, and I'm here to talk about my experience as a student in ECIU. So, thank you. When I decided to join ECIU challenges and when I decided to see what challenges would be the best for me, I had 2 things in mind. The first one was that I wanted to change courses. I wanted to leave physics behind. 2 years already was just too much for me, but I didn't know for sure what course I would like to go to, either environmental engineering or something related with chemistry only. I really had no specific idea. So I decided to enter ECIU. I saw some videos in my own page from the university and I was kind of intrigued. And so I decided to enter, I decided to analyze the challenges. And then I read the description for the household sorting, waste sorting, and it just caught my eye because recycling is like the common ground and everything related to sustainability and the environment, something that people hear since the very first grade or second grade. So we are very familiar with it, but still there are a lot of issues regarding that topic. And so I think this is it. It just caught my eye and I decided to just experiment and see how it would go and if I would meet some new people, learn something new, and that's exactly what happened, and I wouldn't change it for the world, that's for sure. So we were 5 in total, counting with me. We were 2 Portuguese from the same university, 2 named João, which is amazing, what a coincidence. Then we had 2 people from Kaunas University and 1 from Trento University from Italy. So we had a quite great diverse team, at least from my first time in an ECIU challenge. I did think that this is a great diversity, honestly, because I'd never talked with a person from Italy, I never talked with a person from Lithuania, so different mindsets, different cultures, different everything in general. And so I had the opportunity to learn a little bit more about the cultures of each one of them, maybe learning some words in Lithuania and in Italian. That's when I asked a peer of mine from the first challenge how you say thank you in Lithuanian. That's when I found out it was ačiū. Didn't know that. Honestly, it was quite funny. It was quite a great meeting that we had related to only talking about our cultures, what we do in our country, what is common for us, but it's not common for other countries. For example, like in Portugal, what we do the most is that we eat quite late, and when I say quite late, I'm used to eat at like 10 p.m. outside, and when I came here to Lithuania September, 6 p.m. I wouldn't see like a person outside. Of course, the weather was not the same as it is now. It was September, it was raining, it was cold, but either way, I was just not used to this. There's like completely different mindset, completely different way of living, and that's totally fine. We are different countries, different background, but it's like a cultural shock, if I can say like this. And in Italy, of course, we do speak a Roman language. We do have some common backgrounds. There are some things that they do that we understand why they do it. But with Lithuania was really a shock. Not only for me, but for my Italian peer, my other Portuguese peer. We were really surprised about that, but in a good way, because it was at that moment that we understood that each one of us could contribute for the challenge and for the solution in a different way, because we have different ways of thinking and different mindsets, and we know what the Lithuanian need, and we know what the Portuguese need, and we know what the Italians need. So in that way, we connected really well, and I do believe that we contributed in order to achieve the best solution possible for the challenge, comparing and having in mind the time that we had for it. At the end of December, we were able to upload the app on Android store, so it's not available for iPhone just yet, only for Android. But we had the opportunity to have our first prototype there. Most of my friends already downloaded it because we are in the second phase in order to achieve the second prototype, which is feedback. So because we only had the feedback from the app developers and from the people that was in the challenge. We didn't have feedback from people that didn't know anything at all about what is going on. So right now we are developing sort of a feedback form where we give them the link to download the app and you show them some videos about the app itself, and they also answer some questions like, do you think that this feature is good? Do you think that we should improve it? If yes, what should we improve? Something like that. And we are trying to finish that ASAP and send it to the entire University of Aveiro, and maybe I'm going to get in touch with them again to see if they can spread it to Kaunas University and Trento University to see, to have more feedback, of course, from different countries, so different perspectives. And after that, we are trying to see if we can have some help in order to improve the app even further. Okay, so in here we are divided in the forum, okay? As you can see, this is how the forum works. We can like or not like, or maybe, yeah, like this. You can answer to, you can reply to each one of the conversations. You can go to the recycling categories. You can analyze. We would like to change this into videos, but right now it's only text and information and some links that you can do some research about. Okay. In here we have the upcoming events. Depending on your current location, there are going to appear some events. Here in Kaunas we have any, but in Porto and Lisbon we have some events that are in the upcoming event spots feature. Then we have the map in here. So in Kaunas we already added 2 recycling bins points, okay, as you can see, and you can also analyze, so it's a recycling bin. You can see the person that added the recycling bin, and right in here we have the other one, recycling bin, and you can see which recycling bins we have. So in here we have glass, paper and plastic. You can see which user added, and you can also see his Instagram if they added in the app. For example, in here if I click, I can also add different one like a composter. I can add a description if I want to, something, I don't know. Okay, and I can just wait a second and it will show the app, a composter, okay, and a description, which user added it and their information. And if another user opens this and it lives in Kaunas, you can see, the user can see the 3 places that we added. Then we have the games. Honestly, for now we only have a quiz, but we would like to, you can see the answers, we would like to add some other games right here in the app. Then we have the account, and this is it. This is the app that we created from July to December. It's this is our first prototype, and it's available only for Android in Android Studios. I do believe that the main feature that we have in the app, that it might not only help people from Lithuania but from the entire EU, is the map. Because with the map you can, your own, like you live in Kaunas, you can just add some recycling bins in a specific location. And for example, myself, I know nothing about recycling in Kaunas. I have no clue where are the recycling bins. I can just open the app, I go to the map, and I see the exact location of a recycling bin. And I want to do recycling. Even though I'm in vacation, I'm a tourist, I would like to continue doing recycling because that's the greater good for the environment. And so I open the app, I go to the map, I click in the location that you just added in the map, and I go to Google Maps and I see the quickest path in order for me to be able to get there as soon as possible. So that is the feature that I love the most about the app, and I didn't find any app or website that had that feature or could help people finding a recycling bin close by and having the directions to get there, or even a native from their specific village or city being able to add the recycling bin or the composting bin or the community garden, so that people could be able to see the location of those things and be able to get there without needing to do the research on Google. They could just open the app without any internet and just see where are the things. But then if they want to get that, then they need the internet in order to be able to see the path from Google Maps. That's the connection that we did from the app to Google itself. And I do think it will help because, well, we don't know anything about the city, but we still want to contribute for the environment itself, and recycling is one of the first steps to do so. And by having this, we would have, the tourists would have an opportunity to still recycle, even though they are not at their hometown, they are not in the country. So my dream scenario would be to have a second prototype, being able to donate that prototype to an international company that could use the map feature, if not the others, only the map feature, to spread and maybe to collect data from each one of the recycling places that we have across the world. And every tourist could download the app and use that in order to be able to find a recycling bin and to do recycling even though they are not in their own country. So regarding the competencies that I gained throughout the challenges, I can for sure say there was communication skills. I improved the way that I speak, the way that I explain myself in a different language that is not my own. That's one of them. The other was being able to communicate with with people from different cultures and maybe interact with them in a different way depending where they are from. For example, I will not communicate in the same way in English with a person that is from Spain than a person that is from Norway or Sweden. We do have different cultures, different mindsets, ways of thinking, as I said previously, and that's one of the competencies that I gained the most. Also improving my hearing skills. The pronunciation in English is really different depending on the language that you spoke before, your mother tongue. I improved the way that I work with a team because previously or before applying for the challenge and being able to work with people from all around the EU, I really like to work alone and do my stuff alone, even though we had plenty of teamwork presentations or teamwork papers to deliver to the professors. I really enjoy to do my part alone and maybe then discuss the paper itself or the presentation itself with my peers. But in the challenge, we were asked to do everything like as a team, as one. And so we, besides the normal weekly meetings, we also schedule one meeting per week of like 1.5 hours, 2 hours, where we should say what we did throughout the week, what we did to improve the idea or maybe to answer some questions that they had for us for the next week. And after that, we would just like maybe do small talk. Another one that is quite important for at least university students is being able to do a lot of research. For example, like I had to do plenty of research in papers. For example, for my second challenge regarding plastic and closing the loop to a circular economy in the University of Hamburg, I had to do a lot of research regarding PHA, PLA, bioplastics, the circular economy itself. So I do think that I read around 30, 40 papers, not that big, but 2-3 pages each. So being able to get the papers, being able to research for the papers, being able to find data, to compare data between different countries, that is one skill that not everyone has the opportunity to experience early on in their studies. I would say those four, so communication skills, being able to understand and speak with people from different mindsets, different cultures, trying to understand the mindsets, their ways of living, being able to work with a team as a one, and also being able to find papers, compare data, talking about different ways of managing recycling, being able to talk about different ways of working with bioplastic, and so on and so on. I do believe that those four might be the four competencies that I gained the most through all those challenges that I did. Throughout those three challenges, my mindset changed a lot, but mostly in the first one, regarding household waste management. And here's the reason why. Living the western part of the European Union, we do have a certain mindset regarding countries from the eastern part of the European Union. So countries like Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, Ukraine, Poland. And those mindsets regarding like recycling is that the western countries are better at recycling than the eastern countries. And that's just a thing that most of us do in our daily basis. For example, like if I asked a Spanish or French person to compare two countries like Spain and Latvia, which one might be the best of recycling, they would say most of them Spain, of course. And that's not the reality whatsoever. So my mindset changed once I started doing some research in terms of recycling in different parts of Europe, recycling in different countries. I found out that Germany is the best one in terms of recycling and composting, so 2 in 1. But when we talk about different products that are recycled, for example, like plastic packaging, it's Lithuania. I didn't know that. More than 70% of all the plastic packaging is recycled in Lithuania. And that's one of the things that caught my eye the most, and it stuck with me until this very, very day. So regarding my mindset, first I try to investigate and find the answers, and then I'll create my idea and my opinion regarding a different topic or certain topic that I have no clue about. So I wouldn't jump into conclusions right away. I would prefer to investigate the topics and the data surrounding the topic itself, and then I'll talk about it. So, yeah. Because when I started, first of all, I was in a physics major. Now I'm in an environmental engineering major. So at that point, it changed a lot, honestly, because all of the challenges that I did were related to sustainability and the environment. And second of all, now I have the idea of taking a PhD and maybe being a professor, because I really want to follow the investigation path, want to gather data, not jumping right away into conclusions, analyzing the data itself and writing papers, explaining topics. It was something that I really enjoyed, because at the very end of every challenge, we need to present our final idea. Having research behind us, like papers, videos that we saw, people that we talked with. So we need to have some scientific proof behind everything that we present. And I really enjoy doing that part, doing the presentations, talking, answering some questions, some doubts that people might have regarding the solution that we came up to. And so that was something that stuck with me, and is something that helped me understand that what I really would like to do is to take a PhD, be a professor, and also do investigation in, I don't know, like maybe bioplastics. That's one topic that I'm really interested about, or maybe like air quality or water quality, soil quality, something that I could show my knowledge and something that I could explain to people, maybe educate them in that topic in specific, yeah. ECIU, for me right now, it's everything, and it's something that I want to continue work with. So doing more challenges, doing some micro models, doing another hackathon, maybe working with them. I just asked Ugn if there would be some opening positions for students in different universities to work with ECIU, and I really would like to be a part of this project, because they are in the front row of innovation, educational innovation, and I want to be a part of that as well, honestly. The reason why is, beside the competencies that you can can gain throughout the challenge that you do, or the 2 or 3 challenges that you will be able to do. You also gain some understanding of the real world problems. It's not only about communicating with people, it's not only about improving your communication skills, learning about new cultures, learning about new people. It's not only about being in front of a computer for 3 or 4 hours per week only to do that challenge and at the end online like 6 SCTS for your final credits, your transcript records. It's not only about that, but also learning about real world problems. Recycling, it is a real world problem. Maybe not for the EU right now, but comparing to the whole world, the EU is just fine. It's in the front row. But recycling is still an issue for South America, North America even, Africa, Asia. So having in mind that you can, throughout the month that you do the challenge, investigate those countries and maybe see, maybe a country is better in one topic regarding recycling than the other. So what is this country doing that we are not, and why? Having that critical minds and having your peers helping you, having your team teachers helping you, having your family helping you in that topic. Maybe just like asking them a question that you do not know about your own country. Like, for example, mother, when did Portugal started recycling? Do you have any idea about that? Oh yes, and it was because of this and that, because I lived that experience. So being able to have a lot of people surrounding you, helping you with the challenge itself, you'll find that more about the truth regarding the topic in your own country, but also you'll be able to analyze data from different countries in different continents, have a general idea of an environmental issue itself. Like, for example, like the plastics / bioplastics, which country is the best, what country is the best regarding bioplastic and why, what are they doing? This is only like 2 examples of something that you can learn. But I do believe that besides the competencies that I already explained in the different question, being able to analyze and being able to find the real world problems and why they exist and how we can work in order to improve those issues and those problems. I do think it's something that a lot of people should have at least once in their lifetime the experience with. And yeah.